So again, welcome back to another advanced math video tutorial. This time we will discuss more examples in a different form of complex number. For our first example, convert the following into rectangular form. So for our z1, this is in polar form. And we want to convert it into rectangular form. So paano yun? So if you remember the graph for rectangular form, let's say this is our z1 or this is z. So we have value of x and y. So this is y and it's the value of x. And this is our angle. So from the polar form, we want to get the value of x and y. So how can we solve for the value of x and y? To solve for the value of x, as you can see, we have this is r, opposite over adjacent, or opposite over hypotenuse. And opposite over hypotenuse is so, ka, to, wa. And this is sine theta is equivalent to opposite, which is y, over r. And cosine theta is equivalent to adjacent of the angle, that's x, over r. So for solving for x and y, since we are looking or we're finding the value into rectangular form, sabi nga natin, rectangular form is in the form of x plus yi. So we need to get the value of x and y. So from this equation, we can get the value of x and y. So x is equivalent to cosine theta and y is equivalent to r cosine theta and y equals to r sine theta. So we just substitute the value of r, which is 13, and the angle is negative 112.62 degrees. And we have, again, r is 13 and sine negative 112.62 degrees. And we arrive with the value of x is negative 5 and the value of y is negative 12. So meaning in rectangular form, C1 is equivalent to negative 5 minus 12i. So this is in rectangular form. So para hindi natin malimutan, ano bang mauna? X or Y? Di ba mauna yung X? C mas anong mauna? Alphabetically, C or S. So C, then S. So yan yung magka-partner. Kung hindi natin maalala yung Pythagorean theorem. So next natin is Z2. So we have a formula. We can substitute the formula and we can get the value of C2. So for C2, so we have arrived, or we have already answered C1. For C2, so we need to get the value of x and yi. So for x, that is 9.8, that is 9.989 cosine negative 45 degrees. And for our y, that is 9.989 sine of negative 45 degrees. If you solve for this value, again, make sure your calculus must be in degree in solving polar form. Kung naka-radian yan, magkakamali tayo. So for degree, or for x, the value of x is 7, while the value of y is negative 7. Again, mache-check din naman natin yan kasi we have negative 45 degrees. So from origin, we have negative 45 degrees. That's clockwise kasi negative. Then, as we can see, 7, negative 7 is siguro na dyan yan. So, Tama yung sagot natin. We can certain that our answer is correct. Therefore, C2 is equivalent to 7 minus 7i. So, that is how we convert from polar form to rectangular form. So, for number 2, this time, we have almost same problem with number 1. This time, meron tayong C3. So, dito naman, from polar form, we want to convert into exponential form. So, from polar form, i-convert natin to sa exponential form. So, pwedeng gawin natin is gawin natin polar form, then convert it to rectangular form, then convert it to exponential form. Kaya lang, masyadong matagal. Pwedeng diretso na. Paano diretso na? Let's say for C1. Di ba, ang exponential form naman natin, or Euler form, is in this format. We have R, E, I, theta. And we have already R. Our R for C1 is 13. Our problem is theta. And theta is must be in radian if that is exponential form. So we need to convert negative 112.62 degrees into radian. And by converting degree to radian, we multiply pi over 180. And that is equivalent to negative 1.966. So meaning our exponential form is equivalent to 13 e negative 1.966. Again, don't forget the I, since that is a complex number. If we forget the I, it will become real number only. So that is how we convert from polar form to exponential form. This time, we need answer Z2. So same process. Again, we have R, which is equivalent to 9.989 for Z2. And our theta is just multiply the angle negative 45 times pi divided by 180 degrees. And our angle is equivalent to negative 0.785. So for C2, our value is equivalent to 9.989 e negative 0.785 I. Again, this is in radian. Kaya naging ganitong value. We just convert negative 45 into, we just convert degree into radian. This time, for C3, we have 3 plus pi I. So this is from polar to, or from rectangular form to exponential form. So this time, we need to convert the real rectangular form to exponential form. So we have x and y. So we need to get the value of r. And r is equivalent to square root of x squared plus y squared. And that is equivalent to 3 squared plus pi squared. So the value of r is equivalent to 4.343. Solving for angle. So again, since we are dealing with exponential form, our calculus must be in radian setup. So must be in radian setup. So that's arctan of y, that is pi over 3. And this will result to 0.808. And for our C3, the answer is the answer is 4.343 E 0.808 I. So this is our value of Z3 in terms of exponential form. For our last example, we need to convert C equal to 7.071 e raised to 3 4 or raised to the 3 pi over 4I, and C is equivalent to 7.071 e to the, oh sorry, so we need to convert 7.071 e raised to 3 pi over 4I. So yun lang ang ko-convert natin. So wala na tong isa. So meaning, ko-convert natin to saan? To rectangular form. So baliktad ulit. Rectangular form. Pero kung maaalala natin, we have a formula in solving for rectangular form. If we have r and angle theta, we can solve for our rectangular form. That is, x is equivalent to r cosine theta and y is equivalent to r sine theta. Again, we are dealing with exponential form. So our calcu, again, must be in radian since we are dealing with exponential form. So we just substitute the value of r and theta, and your calcu must be in radian. That is 7.071 cosine 3 pi over 4, and your y is 7.071 sine 3 pi over 4. So if we input it in the calculator, calcu is in radian, so we result with the value negative 5 for x, and for our y, that is positive 5. So our value of c in terms of rectangular form or in rectangular form is negative 5 plus 5i. So that is a conversion of our z to rectangular form. So last example, ito na talaga yung last. Kaya na, last daw eh. So last na last. So we need to convert 7.071. So meaning this is in trigonometric form. This 2 is in trigonometric form to rectangular form. So how we will convert if that's in trigonometric form? So parang mangyari lang dyan is from reduced form, i-expand mo lang yan. So 7.071 cosine 3 pi over 4 plus I sine 3 pi over 4. You just input it in your calculator. Make sure your calcu is in radian since we are dealing with radian setup. So we have negative 5 plus 5i. So that is the conversion. So how about for, let's say this is C1 and this is C2. So for C2, same with C1, we just copy the R or the absolute value. Then we extend 3 pi over 4. Sorry, this is cis, not cos. CIS. Plus I sine. Just copy 135. Nakopya ko yung kanina eh. So we have 135 degrees plus I sine 135 degrees. So this time, this is in degree. So check your calcu, that must be in degree setup. And your answer is negative 5 plus 5i. So magtataka yung iba, or baka magtaka, bakit same yung nagasagot? So if you convert 135 degrees or into radian, that's times pi over 180. This will result to 3 pi over 4. That's why we have the same answer. So yan lang yung mga example ng different forms of complex number, yung mga conversion. So thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.